Neighbors tells the story of a couple that have a newborn child and how a fraternity moves into the house that is adjacent to theirs and the events that follow. While Neighbors tends to be more of a bro comedy, if you will, I still thought Neighbors was a pretty enjoyable film. And it really does come across as a comedy made with a great degree of effort and almost a bit of professionalism, if you will, for the following reasons, of course. First off, it's directed by Nicholas Stoller, who I believe envisioned certain scenes very beautifully, including the history of the particular fraternity, which I guarantee you is going to go down as one of the most memorable film scenes for the year 2014. And he really manages to bring about a whole lot of energy through his direction, which is certainly warranted by the very story of a family going against a frat house. But I believe that performances are extremely essential for a film like this, and first off, we have Seth Rogen and Byrne. Their characters of Mac and Kelly have a bit of a complex in this film. At one side of it, they do not want to be too old. They want to be youngish again, and they feel that they're kind of being pulled down in that particular area because of their child, but at the same time, they get kind of irritated with the fraternity and this kind of complex that they have to present, which is two different sides to their character. One where they're the fake party kind, and the second, which is the real character that they actually are, was definitely well portrayed by them. And if I had to pick a scene stealer, it would be Zac Efron. He is a presence on screen now, I can tell you that. His genuine physical appearance is one thing, but really the attitude that he possesses throughout this film is absolutely consistent, and I believe that it's all through these performances, which are, of course, up to a certain level, the level that they really need to be in this kind of a film, that you manage to feel a bit more naturalistic and tangibility when it comes to this film. And we get a bit of an insight into their characters, of course, but really at the end of the day, Neighbors is a coming-of-age tale, which a lot of comedies tend to be, but this particular film didn't really overplay the message except a little bit towards the end. It acknowledges the absolute ridiculousness of what fraternities are known to do, and furthermore, it gives a bit of a reality check to all the characters in the film. But I believe that most cinema-goers will be going into Neighbors expecting a lot of laughs, which really boils down to the story and the script of the film. What I liked was that the situations that the characters are placed in are genuinely funny situations, rather than the situations being general situations and having funny dialogue thrown in them. I thought it was interesting to have the situation in and of itself be hilarious, thereby giving the dialogue a bit more freedom in terms of what it can really do. But at the same time, there are so many flaws that the film possesses from this perspective at least. The thing is, if you're not invested in a particular situation, I do have to say that you're not going to enjoy a large portion of the film. There are portions of the film that you will enjoy, but the ones that you don't will drag on and on and on after a point. Furthermore, the film kind of hits a low point towards the end of the second act, and it's not really enjoyable or as energetic as the prior parts of the film, thereby making it a bit of a disconnected portion for a short period of time, while it does pick itself up at the end, of course. Now, I will certainly admit that Neighbors does offer up a lot of laughs, but a few of these laughs have entire scenes created around them. For example, a Robert De Niro party wherein all the characters are dressed up as Robert De Niro for the basic reason of saying one or two particular dialogues. It really doesn't add to the overall quality of the film, where they're going for one laugh in an entire drawn-out scene that ultimately doesn't come across as all that hilarious. Furthermore, the film doesn't find its limit. There are moments where it does borderline disgusting rather than it being funny, which I do not believe that the film in and of itself actually managed to understand. And oftentimes a great amount of effort is actually put into setting up a joke that the payoff tends to be predictable. It's unfortunate that the humor tends to actually be really good at certain moments, but at other times not even near the highest quality that it can be. Nonetheless, Neighbors is an enjoyable and absolutely energetic film, to say the least. Unfortunately, though, its primary promise is comedy, which it doesn't deliver all the time, but it certainly has enough laughs to offer. I'm going to give Neighbors a yes.